I thought we had a meeting at 10 a.m. Why didn't you show up? I was told to let me know if the time wasn't right for you. Why are you upset with me? Look at the clock. It's not time, it's only 9 o'clock now. Our appointment was scheduled for 10 a.m., not 10 p.m. Why don't you tell me the appointment in the morning or in the evening? So I assumed you meant 10 p.m. You're insane! People do not schedule appointments for 10 p.m. Yes, I do. That's all. You're incredibly narrow-minded. Dialogue 3. I have a meeting with Mr. Harris at 3 o'clock. For what? To discuss a new business venture project. Is that Mr. David Harris or Mr. Robert Harris? I'm not certain. He just addressed himself as Mr. Harris. Well, it's most likely David. I'll inquire. No, it isn't him, so it's got to be Robert. He is in room 306 on the 3rd level. You may now get up there. Thank you very much. Feelings and emotions. Dialogue 1. What's the problem? What? I never said anything was wrong. You seem to be agitated. Really? I have a lot of thoughts going through my head right now. Is everything okay? Yeah, there aren't any major issues. It's just a small problem. Tell me, what is it? Well, I'm a little worried about work because I recently applied for a transfer to another office. That is enough to make anyone scared. When will you learn the outcome? About 3 or 4 days. Relax, you seem exhausted. That's because the job is really hard and I also have to study for a class at night. Wow, you're undoubtedly feeling a lot of pressure. Yes, I think so. I'm going to take a vacation shortly. Good idea. You should take a break after a period of hard work. Dialogue 2. I'm feeling very sad because I couldn't make it to Wade's wedding. He will sympathize with you. He knows that you are unable to return from China at that time. About Wade's wife. I don't like her very much. I understand that. It may take time for you to get along with Kate, your new sister-in-law. I'm not going to speak with her. She's arrogant and rude. Anyway, she's your sister-in-law. If you do like that, you'll make Wade awkward. I know. When are you going to be able to return home? On or around July 11th. I'm homesick for home and miss everyone. It won't be long. Clothing. Dialogue 1. What can I do for you? Yes, please. I want to find a jacket. What kind of jacket are you looking for? This black wool coat appeals to me. Here it is. I'll get it for you to see. Yes, however, I loved a navy blue hue more. Show me the one over there. What about this? Do you want to try it on? I feel this shoulder is a bit tight for me. So let me get you a bigger size. Okay, except for the arms, this fits well. The sleeves of this jacket are a bit long. I see. We can fix it to make it fit for you. Is it possible to cut a jacket here? Yeah, our tailor will fix it for you. I will take your measurements now. Our tailor will arrive at work in the afternoon today. What time is it? At 2 p.m. I'll return at that time to ensure he obtains the correct measurements. Okay. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, not just now. Maybe when I return. Okay. Thank you for visiting. Have a wonderful day. You as well. Goodbye. Dialogue 2. I want to have a traditional Chinese dress like this design. Can you do it? Do you mean a qipao? Right. I want it to look like this design. I like a black background with red dragons. Looks good. This is a very traditional design. What is its price?
Depending on the fabric you choose. Silk is more expensive, but it has more appealing appearance. Of course, polyester is less expensive.
How many meters of fabric do I need for this dress?
This also depends on your height, the length of the sleeves, and the neckline.
I want the sleeve length to be 3/4 with slits along the sides.
I got it. It will probably take about 2 meters, and you also need to buy a lining for it.
What about those beautiful tiny fasteners on the dress?
Oh, in China, those are referred to as buttons.
They are known as frogs in the United States. Dialogue 3. I really want to buy you the plaid skirt. No, this design will make me appear overly chubby. No way! Why you think that? You're thin as a rail. You'd blow away in the breeze if you were thinner. In fact, I believe a dark hue would be preferable. It is the basic color, and also easy to coordinate with other colors. The whole wardrobe is dark. It looks boring. I think you should lighten up.
Okay, perhaps you're correct. I could wear a lighter hue, but not that plaid. It appears to be overly childish.
It's the new trend in autumn. Do you not read any fashion magazines?
Oh, so do you often read fashion magazines?
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they match the new season's colors and keep up to date with new trends.
Are you certain that is all you do? Maybe you enjoy looking at fashion models.
Household objects and tools. Dialogue 1.
Hey, Chris, what exactly are you looking for? I'm looking for remote control. I don't see it anywhere. TV remote? No, I'm referring to the DVD player. Is it absolutely necessary? Yeah, if I need to pause the movie or change to a different scene. Have you looked for it everywhere? Is it trapped in the couch? I looked for it there. How long has it been since you last saw it? I was watching the news this morning. I was using it to switch channels. So where could it be? I also wonder where it is. Oh, here. In the midst of a heap of newspapers. Oh, well, I'm curious how it got there. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for finding it. What would you do if you didn't have me?
Dialogue 2. Fortunately, my roommate moved to another apartment. Why did you say that? She was always utilizing my items without my permission. She arbitrarily used my ruler, paper, stapler, tape, and other supplies.
Did you remind her?
No, I have not. You know, it might be tough to mention these topics with friends or roommates at times.
You should have probably stated the ground rules first. You wouldn't have been so irritated if she hadn't utilized your belongings.
Yes, I will notify my roommate not to use my belongings without my consent the next time. Or, even better, I won't have a roommate. That would save a lot of time and effort.
Live and learn, as they say.
Maybe you're right.
Politics. Dialogue 1. Who are you going to vote for?
That is a secret. I don't think I need to tell you.
Really? But I can tell you I voted for Hollins.
Hollins? Why? He's such an idiot.
Oh, so you must have voted for Roberts.
Sure, I did. He has very serious plans for actual transformation.
And how do you suppose he'll perform all that he's told?
There's a budget surplus. The government has extra money.
It's not enough for all his schemes. He intends to boost taxes.
I'm willing to spend a bit more if it means a better quality of life for all of us.
Pay more taxes? I don't want to.
Why? Although Holland stated that he would not raise taxes, this does not make him a good president.
As a result, he is a low-cost president. He'd let me spend my money as I wanted instead of paying more taxes.
Why don't you agree to pile more taxes?
Obviously not. They didn't earn it. I did, so I want to spend on what I want.
What about those less fortunate than us?
Are you going to take care of them?
I suppose so, if individuals like you aren't willing to do it.
Do you believe you have all the answers?
At the very least, I'm considering the questions.
Dialogue 2. I'm sure you're relieved your time on the city council is done. Yeah, it's really a lot of pressure, and sometimes it was a headache.
Why do you say that?
You can satisfy some of the people all the time, and all of the people some of the time. Abraham Lincoln observed, but you can't satisfy all the people all the time. That quote, I believe, is incorrect. I believe it was fool the people rather than pleasing the people. You know, there was no way you could please everyone all the time. That's quite typical. Someone will always object to something, no matter what you say or do. I'm not sure why people like politics so much. It always makes them stressed. It's worth getting into politics. And I was just elected to the city council. Consider working in state or federal government. Well, I must say that I appreciate your behavior. If only more people were like you, it would be worthwhile. Media. Dialogue 1.
What are you now reading?
Oh, I see there's a topic in the paper. I'm not sure whether I agree with the author.
What is the article about?
I believe his political viewpoints are skewed.
Everyone has their own opinion.
Should not put his personal opinion in the article, except for an editorial story.
Oh my, each newspaper has its own style. Some papers are liberal, while others are conservative.
I know, but this author appears to be prejudiced toward the president.
And you don't agree?
Honestly, his point is very convincing.
Simply consider what he says. Will you remember it?
I'm still trying to do that.
It is beneficial to read stuff with which you disagree. It helps to keep your mind sharp.
Yeah, this newspaper makes me unable to refute, because my theoretical point is too sketchy.
See, that is true for everyone, and it is wonderful to recognize that.
Just wait till I read another tale in favor of the president.
Dialogue 2.
Chịu nhẹ, chịu nhưng đầy công hiệu.
I don't believe the station does a good job of covering the news. I don't agree. Being a news director must be a demanding job.
So what is its difficulty?
They must pick which news is the most significant or what to start with. This is what draws viewers in.
That shouldn't be that difficult. It is just what is happening around the globe.
No, not always. Perhaps they want to start with a less important story that hasn't yet been reported. Then they must select whether to do a live interview, a short video, or a long video.
It shouldn't be an issue because there is so much news.
However, everything must be timed to the second. The newscasters must practice pronouncing the names of overseas cities and leaders. Furthermore, they cannot be a second too short or a second too long.
How did you know all this?
I have a master's degree in journalism and have taken some broadcasting classes. I also did a radio program or a public service announcement.
You have a lot of talent.
No, not at all. Oh, and did I mention that I also did community news for a radio station?
Dialogue 3.
Which newspaper do you like to read?
The Star Tribune is my go-to source for breaking news. However, for local events, I like the Post Review.
What about the Cambridge? Oh, their news is not about what I'm interested in. I enjoy the editorials in the Star Tribune, particularly those by the guest editor Realism. I'm thinking of sending an editorial to them.
Really? What subject will it be about?
My thoughts on zoning rules and restrictions. I believe the city is not doing enough to curb urban sprawl.
I concur. That's a terrific idea for a topic. On that point, I believe everyone would agree with you.
Have you forgotten about the developers of real estate? If I fired some bullets at them, they'd be as enraged as hornets.
However, it is ultimately up to the city council to enact zoning rules and boundaries.
All right, I'll do it then.